Alright, bam, welcome back to the Quick Speed Shop. I'm Josh, and today we're doing something exciting. If you'd seen before, I've been working on my 37 Ford, did a flathead swap in it stuff, and I've been pulling my hair out trying to get the thing to run right. So I'm going to do the next best thing, and forget about it. Let's start a new project. Bam, right behind me. What is it? Right there, 1980 Dodge W200. Let's check it out. It's raining on me now, but I've had this truck for, I don't know, 6-7 years now. I pulled it out of the woods. My buddy had it. He used to just plow his driveway with it. It's completely rotted out. And we're going to do an awesome Dodge build here. We're going to build a big brown express truck instead of a little red express truck. It's going to be a big brown truck. You can see it's a stepside. It's an 80. It's got a 360. It's got a 4-speed. It's got a Dana 44 front axle, Dana 60 rear axle. Whole truck is shot. Motor's got a rod knock. Frame is junk. Cab is junk. Box is junk. So right behind me over here, bam, right there, under the covers, I got a 75 one-ton Dodge with a 360 in it as well. We're going to take this chassis, we're going to clean this chassis up, use the springs and stuff out of this, probably the rear axle, and I think we're going to swap the Dana 44 front axle if the ratios are the same, so I can get my part-time front end out of that, use the part-time transfer case, because this one's full-time four-wheel drive. And we're going to build an awesome brown, big brown express truck. I've got a good cab for this, I got the good chassis, we're going to do some other things. And today we're going to start off with the motor. Let's go take a look at that. The 37 here with the hood up, still monkeying around with that. I'm parting out this S10 behind me, trying to pull the motor out. Actually, the video for that's already going to come out. I'm stuck right now with the motor, trying to get it out, wait for some batteries to charge, so we're going to jump onto the Dodge project. Well, might as well work on 3 things at once. That's a good plan. So anyways, over here on the ground, this is the motor that's going in that truck. It's a Magnum 5.9. It's a 2000, I think, 5.9 Magnum out of a Ram pickup or something. That looks like it's got new head gaskets on it. And I bought this from a guy who parted out of the truck as a dealership, and he was parting trucks out. This thing's in the way. Anyways, we're going to put this Magnum 5.9 in that Dodge. Now, I've got all the parts to convert this back to like an LA style motor, which is in it. This is the later model one. We're going to do some cool stuff here. It's still going to be standard with a 4-speed. I've got a new flywheel. I got all the parts, new oil pan. I've got all the parts to convert the front of this engine to old LA style timing cover. We'll put the cam snout on it so I can run the mechanical fuel pump. I've got a 4-barrel intake. We're going to use this over there distributor electronic ignition to run it. Make it a completely old school. If you want to know how to do this, I got a lot of my information off of magnumswap.com. They got all the stuff you want to put a Magnum motor, 318, 5.2 or 5.9 in any old Dodge. They got a lot of info on which parts to get to do it. So let's get the cherry picker out. We'll pick this thing up. We'll put it on the engine stand here. Let's start tearing it down. We're going to throw this intake away. We're going to throw all this crap on the front away, all the serpentine garbage. We're going to throw all that away. Pull the valve covers off. Pull the distributor out. And we'll get it broke down. Right, here comes the Magnum 5.9. Come on out. Come on out here, son. Ah, come on out! Uh-oh. Oh, my valuable radiator, come on out of here! Ta-da! Whoa, easy now. I got the engine up on the stand here. I went and I vacuumed it off the best I could, and I blew off. Had a lot of rust scale and stuff. So this engine's kind of scaly because it was in a New York State truck that, had sold on it for years and years and years. But let's, I can see this thing's got brand new intake gaskets on it, so they had the heads and the intake off very recently. Let's bang this intake off. It's like a modern style, like Vortex style. The bolts go straight down to the heads. So your LA style manifold, like on a, not Magnum, so a 91 and older V8 Mopar, the bolts are at an angle, and they make a intake manifold with a dual bolt pattern that can be used on the LA style heads or the Magnum style heads like this with the vertical bolts. So we'll see later, I've got an intake that has a dual bolt pattern, so it'll bolt right onto these heads. These are all barely tight. So we'll pop them right up out of here. All the bolts out here. I don't think I gotta take the distributor out to get this off. Ta-da! What we got here? Ooh! Aha! dabble, do you here? So the engine, it's a little sludgy. It's not too bad. I'm sure they probably cleaned it out a little bit when they had the heads off. This looks like these heads are resurfaced. Here there's like surfacing marks, so I bet the heads were just recently rebuilt. You had a valve job or something. Like I said, they got brand new head gaskets, brand new intake. I don't even know if this engine had been run since the heads were put on it. I'm pretty sure this is a roller camshaft. It's got, yeah, it must be, because it's got this girdle system in here that holds the push, holds the, what do you call them? Lifters, holds the lifters from turning. So, yep, I can see it. Okay, I can see back in here, the back. So this is a roller camshaft engine, which all Magnums might be, I'm not sure. Let's pull the valve covers off. Woo! Brand new gaskets. These are nice. I'm going to save these and use them. I'm not going to run these Magnum valve covers like I said. I've got some old school Mickey Thompson aluminum guys we're going to run on. I'll show you those later. But I'm definitely going to save these high quality gaskets, because they are nice. Look at that. So this thing's not too bad on the inside. Oh, there's a little bit of grunge there. Like I said, it's not too bad. Not too much sludge in it. Looks like it was somewhat taken care of. I'm going to vacuum it all out. Well, we've got roller camshaft. Are these aren't roller rocker arms, just regular rocker arms. There's no rollers there, obviously. So this is nice. These engines with a 4-barrel intake with a roller camshaft and stuff with a old style regular electronic ignition. These make about, I guess, according to the internet, about 300 horsepower. So this is going to be a good power plant to put in that truck. Good cheap horsepower, this Magnum motor. I got that off. I can concentrate on getting the front stuff off here and take off this serpentine belt tensioner here. Take that right off the head, and then we'll pull off this water pump. And then I'm not sure, there's not bolts here on the balancer. I'm not sure how you get that off. Obviously you take the crank out of the bolt, but I don't know if you must have to put a jaw in here and pull on this hub to get it off, I would guess. Then you can take the oil pan and the timing cover off and get down to all the action. So I'll go ahead and I'll wing this stuff out. Looks like it's all about 9/16 bolts on the front. 9/16, yep. I wonder if I've been using this DeWalt guy. Let's see if this will bust these loose. Oh yeah. Ooh, they're long ones. Okay, these go all the way through. I'll have to remember that. That one's stuck. I don't want to bust them off in the engine, so I gotta be a little careful. I bet this was an almost new water pump, because obviously they've replaced it, but the impeller looks like doesn't have any wear in it. I bet that thing was almost brand new. So that's a good sign that there's a bunch of new parts on this engine, I'm going to guess. Okay, I devised the polar setup here. I took 2 long bolts and some flat stock and bolted behind the damper with my polar here. And I'm going to see if this is going to work. There's a good chance it won't, but a chance it might. So what's going to happen? Oh, I feel it. Yes, here we go. Magic. It's magic. Nice. Now my first problem is I should have taken the big washer off the bolt. because that would give me an extra little bit of action here, because this is a really pain to put these bolts on it. Okay, I gotta back this up just a little bit. I think we're almost ready to... It's going pretty good, so it should come off here pretty soon. Oh, got it! Ta-da! Bam! So as you can see, this is a one-piece jobber. It's not like the old style where you can change out the pulley. Here it's cast right on it. So that's why I had to buy a new one for when we do our conversion. Now I can just take the two bolts out of here, like 1/2 inch. We can pop off this timing cover. Should be it. Might get some antifreeze. Oop, oop, oop. Like this. Ta-da! Ooh, she's a little sludgy down in there. A little sloppy, not too bad. I think I have a new time. It's got quite a bit of slop actually. I think I have a new timing chain to put on this. I'm pretty sure I do. As you can see here on the end of the crank, there is no fuel pump concentric to run the fuel pump, and there's no hole in the side of the timing cover for a fuel pump. The new timing cover will have a hole for the fuel pump on the side, and I gotta order one, but there's a bolt-on snout that goes on here that has a lobe on it to run the mechanical fuel pump. So I'll have to, that's the one piece I haven't bought yet. I'll order one of those up, and we can run the mechanical fuel pump. I gotta check my parts. We'll get the parts out next time. We'll start getting this thing dialed up and put back together. And I think I've got a new timing chain. Here's the mark. That might be the mark there. Yeah. Well, I got the oil pan off. I got the engine kind of like laid on its side. I'm draining out some miscellaneous little juices out of it. Let's take a look. So, the rods down here, the pan only had a little bit of oil in it, and it's a little bit crunchy. There's a little bit of surface rust on the crank. I'm going to take some kerosene and a Scotch-Brite, and I'm going to scrub all this down real good, clean the whole bottom end out, try to get all the scrunge off it that was on there. There's a little some sludge in the pickup. I sprayed that out, but I think I had a new oil pump for it, so I'm going to clean that out real good. But it doesn't look too bad. It's just going to take a little bit of cleaning up, just get a little bit of the sludge out. I'll roll it around on its side and scrub and clean it and try to get the most of the sludge out of it that I can. Not going to take the heads back off because it's got brand new head gaskets on it. The cylinder walls, I've stuck my hand up inside from the bottom end. They seem all right. It turns over okay, so I think it's going to run. It might have very tiny little bits of like surface rust, here and there, that when you first run it, it should take care of it. Obviously, this is just like a used engine I paid like $150 for, and it's going to be, is what it is. It'll probably smoke when it first starts up. Looks like there's a little bit of sludge in the cylinders, and I think I oiled the cylinders down years ago when I first got it. So we're going to try to clean all that out, try to clean everything up the best I can. This is just like a junkyard type deal where not taking the heads off, not putting the changing the cam or nothing. Just going to try to clean it up best I can, and then slap it together with some new parts and run it. It should be okay. The truck's old. This is going to be a real budget build, so it should be a budget build type setup. And worst comes to worst, the thing blows up and I get a different motor for it. So it should be all right. So that's it for now, for pretty much part one of the actual build on the big brown express truck here. And next time we work on this, which I'm not sure if it's going to be the next video or not, but I'm going to slowly be working on this. I'm going to be jumping around in like 18 different things here, but we're going to button the engine up first, then we're going to start on the chassis, get the chassis up, clean it all out, strip it all down, get the drivetrain put in the chassis first, probably get everything all painted up, then put the cab and all the sheet metal and stuff on last. But we'll work on this, we'll clean it up, I'll clean it up off camera, we'll start reassembling the new parts and dress it up. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint it the actual turquoise that it should be, or like Hemi orange. I'm not sure, I'm on the fence now. I'm leaning towards turquoise just to make it match like how it was originally, so it's going to kind of look like it's not, you know, been messed with, but we'll see. So that's it, part 1, big brown express truck. Hopefully you like some cool Dodge truck action, because we're going to build one heck of a halfway grungy, halfway cool beater slash whatever, plow truck, dump truck, stacks, Magnum motor, 4-speed action. So that's it. Come back next time. We'll see you again right here. Bam. Working on junk like that Dodge at the Quick Speed Shop. I'm a professional. Don't try this at home.